Yo, what's good? It's your man, 100 Grand Ross for The Rock Never Stops. Yo, I want to do this video. It's kind of like a dual video. It's somewhat of an appreciation for the evolution of Fred VanVleet, but it's also an appreciation for how Stephen Curry changed the game in ways that have yet to really fully be acknowledged. But if you enjoyed the video, as always, please smash the like button. It helps with the algorithms. Subscribe. I definitely appreciate all the love and support. Hit the bell for notifications so you can get notified when new videos drop. I try to drop daily these days, especially in the off season. So definitely please like and subscribe. Yo, I want to say that there is a beautiful tie between the Golden State Warriors organization and the Toronto Raptors. And not only is there a beautiful connection between the two, but there is also this dynamic where what the Golden State Warriors were able to accomplish in building their franchise into this dynasty that they've had, it has also paved the way for teams like the Toronto Raptors, for organizations like the Toronto Raptors. But what I really want to focus in on is Stephen Curry and Fred VanVleet's incredible connection. Now, the reason why I want to point this out is because one, Fred VanVleet is what I would refer to as a throwback point guard, right? His physical abilities reminds me of the old school kind of Mark Price's, John Paxson's, right? Danny Ainge, guys who are very cerebral, highly skilled. But there was a time in the NBA, and I would say a recent time, and I would say Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, these young point guards who had this extreme level of athleticism took the NBA by storm. I mean by storm. And we were just in absolute awe of their physical abilities. Today we have guys like Ja Morant, right? These extreme physical talents, right? And we look at them and wonder, just like, wow, look at their athleticism. Look at how imposing it is on the game. And there was a time after the John Walls and Derrick Rose and Westbrooks that was all the NBA was looking for. They pretty much just said, hey, if you can't get one of these ridiculously athletic point guards, you don't really have a point guard that can compete and get you to where you want to go. Because when we looked at the early success that those guys had, where there was an MVP, getting to the NBA Finals, being all-stars year after year, all NBA, right? In this kind of copycat league, that's all they were looking for. But when Stephen Curry shows up, he shows up as somebody who is an anomaly. We had never seen a point guard who's just like, really, I'm a shooting guard, but I run the point. But what I really do is light you up from outside, right? I can distribute, but I'm not necessarily a floor general, but that's okay. That's okay because I can do enough there while being an extreme talent on this other end when it comes to shooting, right? And my ability to draw the defensive attention in a way that still helps facilitate scoring options for my team, right? Stephen Curry begins to change how we see the point guard position, coming from this extreme athleticism to now this high skill level type position. And this is where Fred VanVleet comes in. He's an undrafted point guard, right? I forget the name of the university that he came out of, but he had college success. He was in the NCAA tournament. But when the NBA looked at him, they were like, look, he's 6'1", right? Kind of pudgy, at the time. I mean, not too pudgy, but, he's kind of stocky, And Kyle Lowry kind of made this accessible with the Toronto Raptors. But even then, Toronto, Kyle Lowry was somewhat of a physical anomaly as well. He had really good speed, but he was extremely physically imposing, right? To be over 200-something pounds and only 6'1", and this incredible defender, right? He was extremely physical and a dog, right? Always attacking you. It was like he still kind of was outside of that Curry mold. But what it showed was that not only did you not have to have extreme athleticism, if you can maximize extreme skill, you can not only be a contribution to winning, but you can actually be a leader in winning. You can be all-star level play, all NBA level play, and in Curry's stance, MVP, NBA champion level play. Now, this would fall in line with the Toronto Raptors beating the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals, where Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet lead the way through that playoff run, where they get all into the NBA Finals, and I mean, they are just lighting it up from three. Not only that, but they're playing great defense while showing this high-level skill and cerebral play at the guard positions. Granted, both of them were playing high minutes at the point guard and shooting guard position despite only being 6'1", showing that, look, if you understand how to utilize skill within these positions, you can compete at a high level. You can win championships. You can be an all-star. You can be an NBA starting point guard. And this is where we get to Fred VanVleet today. Fred VanVleet is not going to split defenders, come down the middle, and dunk on everybody. He's not. What he's going to do is he's going to give you a little in and out, hezzy, maybe split, a trap, and then give you a nice floater, nice high floater, right? He's going to come off a screen and he's going to give you a little hesitation, pull up from the elbow. He's going to give you a quick three from the wing, right? And he's going to give you high percentages. He's going to give you efficiency. He's going to give you good dog physical defense by moving his feet, not by being this freak of an athlete who can cover the ground with his long wingspan, right? Stephen Curry paves the way for point guards like Fred VanVleet. And the Toronto Raptors have been forever blessed by it. Forever blessed by it. Because now that has created space for Fred VanVleet to not only be seen as a potential starter, but also to be able to get to the point where he can be an all-star. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do next season. I'm excited if there's another step forward. I'm excited how he follows up last season. I have a strong feeling we might be seeing a similar Kyle Lowry type ascension, where one season he's the scorer, but the next season he becomes the facilitator. He sees all the talent on his team and he goes, you know what? I can best serve my team by setting everybody up and playing off of them rather than initiating a lot of the offense, right? I see Fred VanVleet having more of a playmaker, facilitator role rather than a scorer role, because so many other guys like Scotty Barnes, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Pascal Siakam, Precious Achiuwa, right? All these other guys are probably best suited feeding off of Fred, right? Rather than trying to create for everyone else. Even though they've progressed in their ability to create for themselves and a little bit for others, that's not their strong suit yet. And if you watch the Rico Hines run, you see that they're not quite still there. But I want to know what you all think. As always, what do you think of this connection between the Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry, Fred VanVleet, the Toronto Raptors? What do you think that Fred VanVleet's progression is going to be in this next season? Let me know stats you think he's going to have, wins, losses, all-star bid. What do you think? All right. I enjoy the chat conversations. Smash the like button for me. I really appreciate it. It helps with the algorithms and all that. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I'm going to get at y'all next time. Peace.